For my first ever long distance towing experience, I did not want to be driving with a monster of a caravan behind me. So I recently took the Discovery D4-4L from Bailey down to Brighton, and I'm about to explain why it has a zero intimidation factor and is the perfect caravan for a long weekend getaway. And with no kids or other campers joining us, using this caravan proved to be a spacious and comfortable experience despite the dinky first impression you might have of it. Thanks to the secondary social area, we were able to make the two front couches into a double bed for the duration of the stay. So it acted like a fixed bed with a separate dining space. This suited us, but if you have a family and don't mind making up the beds every day, don't worry. The dining space converts into bunk beds, and the double bed is easy to change each day. There is also a curtain you can pull around the bunk beds, so the younger travellers will have a little bit of privacy. And it means the parents can stay awake at night and keep a light on for some night reading. Thankfully, you have 4 adjustable spotlights in the social areas, 2 of which have USB charging points. And there are 4 standard plug sockets in the caravan. Bailey calls the soft furnishings Apollo and describes the overhead lockers as satin cashmere. I'd say they are neutral enough to be versatile, so you can add your own blankets and style to the interior. The kitchen has a Thetford triplex combination oven and 3-burner gas hob with cupboard space below. It's next to a Dometic fridge freezer, and Bailey hasn't sacrificed too much space on the sink above. It is large enough to wash up all the plates and cooking utensils you likely need. This means that you get a decent work surface area to the side, with enough space to hold a small kettle and prepare food. However, it is next to the TV socket, so if you are a fan of watching box sets in the evening, you might want to use one of the cupboards to stow away the TV during the day, so you've got enough space to prepare meals. There's a couple of downlights in the kitchen that make cooking easier, as well as storage shelves and a cutlery drawer, plus overhead cupboards for your main foodstuffs. On the left-hand side is the Truma combi boiler panel and the other power controls. And below is a narrow storage cupboard for a table. It's a great place for it, rather than underneath beds or in clothes cupboards, but on my trip it wasn't needed at all, and I wonder if the space could have been better used. But for families, the extra table will be useful to set up in a bigger social area. The nearest corner to the front door is a cupboard that's great for hanging clothes. And there's a good little boot cupboard below to keep your muddy shoes separate, so there's no mud getting on your clothes. The bathroom boasts a full height shower, a Belfast-style sink and mixer tap, a Thetford C260 cassette toilet, and a storage cupboard. The entire washroom floor is a moulded shower, so you might want to make sure the caravan is level. If the water doesn't drain entirely, you might find your socks getting wet while using the toilet or brushing your teeth. You can pull a curtain to protect the new light oak laminate and stop your toilet paper from getting wet while you're using the shower. But when you do, there is no accessible shelving for shampoos and whatnot. The look of the caravan from the outside is what I would describe as delightful, and it's well priced at just £22,000. The vertical opening front window has a flared, colourful design that stands out well against the polar white and dove grey paintwork. There is an external storage locker and a tall gas locker, which offers space for at least a 10-kilo bottle of gas, and there is an awning light around the door for late night or early morning entry and exit. The curved shell on the rear looks great on the road, and the A-frame is longer than standard to give you space for a bike rack as well. The best thing is the caravan was easy to tow, especially after doing the club's manoeuvring course. It has a neat size at less than 6 meters long and just 2.2 meters wide, a reasonable maximum allowable weight of 1,082 kilograms, and an Alco stabilizer that made it easy to hitch to my detachable tow bar. Ultimately, it's a caravan I'd love to tow again and has everything you need for a great mini break.